Hello everyone. In this video I'm going over the standard process of a document revision. So if you go through this process and you get a grasp of it or understand how the process works, there is a definite chance that you will do better in your upcoming telephonic or in-person interview for all the quality documentation prospective job opportunities. So in quality documentation department in the life science industry, right now there are two processes. One is manual and one is automated, which is a software driven. So all those companies who are big enough or who have multi-million dollars, they adopted some sort of software to perform the same operation that performed on manual basis. And some companies are small right now, they are startup, they may not be expanding or getting the growth as compared to the other one, so they are still on the manual process. Both processes are complied, both processes are acceptable to FDA as long as you are doing things right and following the same principle. So I'm going over the slide deck and I'll be brief and follow the steps that happen. So this is quality documentation revision process. Right now we are going over only manual, not the automated one. So first let's see how many departments are involved in this process. So I've mentioned some mandatory department and some optional department involved in the process. So mandatory departments are quality assurance documentation department, department of document owner department, like for whomsoever, like let's say you belong to quality assurance and you have to revise an SOP, you belong to regulatory affairs, you have to revise an SOP, then you will be the owner. So in whichever department you are working, you are owner of that document, and the department in which you are working is the owner department. Third is the training department. These three departments always come into the picture in case of revision of a document. So quality assurance, documentation, document owner department, and the training department. Now rest other are optionals. For example, quality control, IT department, instrumentation, metrology, utility, supply chain, and warehouse, raw material, CMO oversight, external, all come into this other category, and how they are applied I'll discuss later on. Now let's see type of revision of a document. So when I say document revision, there are various stages of a document revision, or there are various type of document revision. So first consider sometime we undergo the process of document revision because a new document is coming, or we are revising an existingly approved document, or we are merging two documents and creating a new one, or sometime there are, let's say, A document and B department are merging and becoming C. Sometime A department and B department, A document and B document are merging, but B is coming completely inside A. So the A document number remain the same, however B go out of existence. Obsoleting a document means we don't need anymore this document, and hence we can obsolete or get rid of it, cancel the existence of this document. Then new document creation steps. So let's discuss how a new document create. I mentioned there are different type of revisions: new document, revising existence document, merging two document, obsoleting an existing document. So now let's discuss new document. So a new document come into existence because of various source trigger for a new document, such as a change control, such as an audit observation. For example, if an auditor came to your site and they have given you an observation that, guys, you need to have an SOP for how calibration of wall clock is done, that you never had an SOP before, but as auditor has given the observation, now you need to create an SOP for the same. Let's say a new document, new guidance document came, new equipment coming to facility, new processes coming, new facility, new utility, instrumentation, so on and so forth. Deviation, any deviation happen, and during the investigation of that failure you figure out, okay, we need a new procedure, that we never calculated the quantity of remaining raw material that we not added in the process, so we should include it in a new process. So you create a new SOP. Patient complaint, a patient did a complaint, and the investigation of that complaint reveals that we need to create a new document. Company merger, if two companies are merging together, the project integration happens, it creates whole lot of new document. So these all are the various source why we need a new document. Now let's say we have a need of new document, we decided that a new document is needed. Now what? A new document we need to create, so we have to go through these various steps. First of all, document trigger source can be any of these. Okay, we identified the source. Now every company has a standard template. In my previous quality documentation videos, I've shown that all documents have a standard template. So you need to find out in your company where that standard template is sitting, download it. Then you reach out to quality documentation department with that template. And quality documentation department will issue you a unique number for your new document, because each document has to have a new or has to have a unique number. Okay, then they make an entry of this new document into their issuance logbook. So consider you are sitting in an office with a different so many files, and each file has a department name, and that file contain a logbook. Log means any record where you are recording any action item. So they will open that, okay, you belong to quality assurance, let me open that, and they will start filling. Quality assurance department has requested a new SOP. The previous SOP numbers they have given are like 94. So this will be a new number and it will be allocated as 95. What will be the title? They will ask us, and he'll include it or she will include in the logbook, and then they have a record that they have issued you a new number. The number can look like this: 2 SOP XXX, 2 work instructions. So if you are having a new SOP, the number can look like this. Work instruction number can look like it. Job aids, this number. Specification, this. These are specific pattern used by individual different companies, but you will see a similar. Some companies use a department name in the first, and then the type of document and the respective numbers. But it doesn't matter, you just need to know that each document or each company have their specific standard format of giving SOP number or document number. Now when you go to quality documentation department requesting that we are writing a new SOP, work instruction, job aid, protocol, specification, you hand them a standard template with minimum information that you have. For example, you are writing a SOP for calibration of wall clock. Then what you will do, you will you have the standard template, and in that template you fill who is responsible for execution, what is the scope, what procedure look like, who will be the approver, who are the impact department, what the SOP title look for, how many tag numbers of wall clocks include in this SOP. So after doing that preliminary work, QA documentation department will check whether you have selected the right template or not, whether the information you included are good enough, the content of the information is good, whether the right approver, reviewer and owners are correct, and also they will inform the training department and any other department which are involved in this process, review any new equipment, tag numbers and accept the proposal approval, training and effective date. Means they will agree with you that okay, if you say we want this SOP to be approved on 17th January, all good, we'll happy to do this because we are in harmony with training department and they feel that you can deliver the training as well and make sure that everybody trained before this SOP goes effective. So you follow all these steps and then hand over the copy or approve the new document request of the manufacturing department. Similarly, you go to the training department after that, and they review the same content of the new document, and they have another logbook of themselves. So they record that, okay, we are in attention, QA department is writing a new SOP and we need to be very careful before making this effective. Then they will ask us to fill a training assessment form. They'll say, okay, Gaurav, what do you think? Who should be trained on this? It's a wall clock SOP, and I feel instrument department, procurement department, manufacturing department should get training on this. Okay, I'll make sure that they are trained. So the training department prep the list. Also, they'll ask, Gaurav, what type of training you want to give? You want to meet everybody in person and then describe them, or you think they can read by themselves? It's a pretty straightforward procedure. Yeah, I say it's a straight procedure and they can read by themselves. So they select the reading procedure as read and understood. Now, training dates and document required, and assign the document to a current curricula and send approval. It's like a step they perform. For example, you go to universities, and universities has like different programs running. Like Northeastern has regulatory affairs, project management, pharmaceutical science. Similarly, training department has different curricula. A curricula for instrumentation department, for manufacturing department, for quality assurance department, for quality control. So they say, okay, Gaurav, your assessment says it should go to these 4 departments. I am adding this SOP in their 4 curricula, so that once you review, approve it, and before we make effective, we'll trigger these curricula, and these all people should get a notification through email that Gaurav has revised or made a new SOP. Everybody need to get trained before you make this effective. So these are the tasks of training department. These upper tasks are for quality documentation department. Now you own the SOP. What is your responsibility? So our responsibility start this. We fill all these sections in the standard template. Fill whatever you know about a wall clock calibration, operation procedure. Then meet with everybody. It's a general meeting. You call instrumentation department, quality assurance department, and whomsoever responsible in the instrument handling, calibration, maintenance, procurement, and talk to them that, guys, we receive an audit observation, and in this observation we have to write an SOP for our calibration of wall clock. To do that, we need your help. Now I have jotted down few points that instructions should look like this. Operation instructions should look like this. Calibration procedure should look like this. Procurement in case of replacement of batteries or anything else needed. If everybody agrees, they can give their points, say that add some point, delete some point, and come up to a midpoint that these instructions looks good. At that point, we can go ahead and populate all the detail. Now once all the details are inside an SOP, like there are 3 people involved. One is initiator or creator, and then the second one is approver, and third one is reviewer. So second one, once you created, you give the draft copy to your manager. You say, sir, please have a look at it. If you feels good, I will sign it, and then you will approve it. So if he give you some comments, include those comments in the SOP, then you sign at the bottom, give the final copy to your manager, he will sign, and the final copy need to go to quality team because they are the approver. Without their approval, no quality documents get approved. So QA team approve the document, and then these thing happens. The quality team keep the original and they store in some file like this. They set the effective date, they put approval mark, and then as approved for training purpose only, and they communicate the date to the training department. Once all training is complete, QA doc team distribute the copies. They put a control copy and then distribute the photocopy to us and store the master in the file like this. So it's a general overview. I know it's fast, but try to go slowly and learn as much as you can through this process. I will go over the other in my coming videos. Thank you so much.